Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Entroband randomly. I know it's been a while since I recorded any roguelikes, and I know I should be continuing, finally finishing that ADoM run that I just have left unfinished. I feel really bad about that, but today's just not the day. I am still planning to finish it one day, but I will have to basically relearn the game, but this video is not about that. This is Entroband. I'm pretty sure I've made a video or a couple of videos on this particular Hengband variant at some point in the distant past. And as you may or may not have already noticed, this is not a new game, not in the slightest. This is by far my most successful run, I'm pretty sure, that I've ever had in this game. A couple of days ago, I got the urge to play an Hengband or a band, some kind of Hengband variant, and Entroband has always, for some reason, been one of my favorites. Let's see here. I think I can. You cannot enter global map. Some monsters nearby. Interesting. Are there? Oh, I guess there is that person, the raving lunatic. Is that what's preventing me from? Oh, there's also another one. Just gonna kill that one, honestly. Not sure why it's not letting me target it. Oh, because trees stop it. Well. Oh, derp. Wrong spell. Do I really need to kill these in order to be able to look at the world map? I don't even need to do that. I just wanted to quickly show. Ah, okay, now I can. So yeah, this is the world map. Basically, you just try to go upstairs when you're on the surface level of the world, as in a town, as I'm currently in, and you enter the world map view, where every tile represents a long distance, basically an entire screen of normal game world. And yeah, you have plenty of things. You have several dungeons. This actually here, more or less in the middle of the map, is the dungeon of Hengband, which I think might be more or less exactly the same as the standard Hengband dungeon. But in addition to that, you have like, for example, relatively near where I am, the entrance to the cave filled with restricting magical field. No idea what that is about. It's level 30, though, and I'm level 26. Again, by far the highest level I've ever been in this game. I've also never actually left the starting town over here. That's the outpost where you start the game. I haven't been to the volcano. I have cleared the dungeon that's near the starting outpost, and I have cleared the Orc Cave, killed the Orc King and several of his lieutenants on the way down, and I have done a bunch of quests here near this town of Morivand, where I currently am. There are a couple more towns, like all the way over here. There is Talmora, which I've never been to. Up here in the forest we have Angwil, and then even more up north, in the middle of these mountains, and I have no idea how you even get there. If you can somehow travel through these mountains, or if you have to find a way through some kind of dungeon. But there is the town of Zul, apparently. I think that's it for towns. Anyway, yeah, towns are interesting because they have various shops and the like, as you would expect. But they also give you quests. And right now, I have already done a couple of quests here, and actually, they turned out to be pretty fun. And I have another one that's level 25. I've done 2 or 3. No, I think I've completed 2 quests that were both level 25 in this town. And we have this one here, the entrance to the Tengu and Death Swords quest. The second quest from the local Thieves Guild, which I'm going to attempt now. I guess I should probably say a couple of words about the character I'm playing. So this is only the second run I've started after not having played this game for, well, basically since the last time I recorded, which it's definitely been over a year. It's probably been almost 2 years or something, maybe longer than that. So yeah, I just have not been playing this game in particular, or any game really like it, for a long time, and I just had this urge, and I jumped in, and I made a random character, completely random, and it was a Mindcrafter, that's it, not Mindflayer. Mindflayer is the race I'm playing right now. The first character was just a random character, a random Mindcrafter, so it was nowhere near ideal, I suppose. It was a half ogre, I think. But I was actually doing surprisingly well, considering, it was a random character, so not necessarily very viable at all. And also, I was very rusty, of course. But Mindcrafter, which I suppose I must have played at some point in the past, but I found that to be pretty fun and pretty unique. And yeah, as it turns out, it is actually also, it seems to be pretty powerful, as I've now learned. Because, after that run inevitably ended, I decided to go with another Mindcrafter, and I decided to go a little bit more, with a bit of a more viable seeming character. So I went with basically the race that gave me the best willpower, or wisdom stat, which turned out to be the Mindflayer, hence the somewhat clunky name of Clara, because, tentacled monstrosity with mental powers seemed kind of appropriate. And so that's basically it. As you can see, I have absurdly good wisdom, also surprisingly good constitution. Everything else is kind of meh, but I mean, int is fine. Not that I'm sure that it really helps with this character. Charisma is surprisingly good. I was really expecting people, and especially shopkeepers, to treat me like crap because, I'm a chaotic evil monstrosity, but I'm having no trouble shopping for things, which is nice. So yeah, anyway, not super good at combat, although by now my fighting capabilities are decent, especially when I use my buff. But of course, the Mindcrafter being a spellcaster, first and foremost, my mental attacks are what help me destroy my enemies. I've recently, my wisdom is this high because I have recently acquired a Dragon's Claw Amulet of Wisdom +4, which is pretty good. It increased my already high wisdom to even more absurd levels and increased, for example, my spell points by 40 points. Yeah. So that's pretty significant, allowing me to shoot quite a few more spells at my enemies, as well as helping with my spell success chances. And I guess I'm going to show you those in case you're not familiar with this class or this game in general. So I have a couple of very useful skills or spells. You learn more of them as you level up, and level is also the only thing that seems to influence the power level of the spell, like the damage dealt or the duration of the buffs. Wisdom does reduce the fail chance, which is now 1% for almost all of my spells, which is great. Telekinesis I just learned at level 26, so I haven't even used that yet. I'm not sure how useful that's going to be, but I guess I'll go through the list. Precognition is incredibly useful. It's basically free, and what it does is it gives me, it detects enemies mentally, which I think includes absolutely everything at this point. It might not have started that way. It might have only started revealing thinking creatures, but it also reveals invisible creatures at this point and things that are not detected by telepathy, I think. It also gives me telepathy, which means that even after the spell is cast, which it only reveals those enemies basically for one turn as a snapshot. It shows me where everything is, but the next turn it goes dark again. But it does show me for a moment what there is on the level with me, which is already useful. But at some point it started giving me telepathy, which means that, or for a couple of turns after the spell is cast, which means that enemies that are detected by telepathy, which is not all of them, some creatures just don't think, basically, so they're invisible to telepathy, but everything that is not will stay visible to me even if it's not in my field of vision. So that's really useful to keep track of where things are and how they're moving. It also reveals doors. It started out revealing doors, and at some point started showing staircases, for example, which is also super useful. And then at some point at a certain level, it also just outright mapped the dungeon. So if I cast it now, it doesn't do anything on the surface floor because that's already completely revealed, but it just magically maps a large area around me, shows doors, stairs, traps actually, that's another thing, creatures, including invisible creatures, and even after the spell is cast, it makes me telepathic for a couple of rounds. So yeah, it's just an incredibly useful spell for only 1 MP, so basically free. That's really good. Then I have Neural Blast, which is my standard, also basically free attack spell. As you can see, it only costs 1 mana. So I can basically spam it indefinitely. It deals, by now it deals a decent 94 damage, so it's not even bad. Some creatures are outright immune to it, but those that are not immune, it will sometimes daze, confuse, put to sleep, or randomly teleport away, or, well, blink somewhere within a limited radius, which is a little bit unpredictable, but certainly overall a very useful spell. Then I have Minor and Major Displacement, which is a random blink and random teleportation, respectively, which works on myself, of course. So those are really useful, really handy to have. Domination is something I've never really used much. It's supposed to be a more powerful version, more powerful, like, mental effect that has a chance to, well, daze, confuse, and even outright charm enemies without actually dealing any damage. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't really been using it much. Maybe it's better than I give it credit for, but I usually just kill my enemies with Pulverize, which is my most important spell by far. It is, it does cost 7 MP, which at this point isn't that much. I can certainly cast it a lot, but as you can see, it deals 13 d8 damage, which is a lot. That is, and it also at some point gained damage aura, or an area of effect around its impact point of 3x3. So yeah, it's just an incredibly destructive spell that works against just about everything, and has a chance to disorient or displace my enemies. Again, the displacement is not usually all that useful. It can put them right next to you, for example, but more often than not, it just blows them apart. And then we have Character Armor, which gives me armor class and various magical resistances for 26 turns, which, it could be a little bit longer, but I'm not complaining. It's pretty useful. Psychometry is also incredibly useful. It started out just allowing me to sense the general quality of an item, of any item, whether it was average, good, excellent, cursed. So very useful to sort out the enemies that might be potentially useful before I use my limited identification spells or other identification sources on them. But then, again, at some level, it leveled up, and it now outright identifies items for me. Needless to say, that's incredibly useful. Having unlimited identification, making, identification scrolls and staffs and whatever, or paid identification services in town, obsolete. Sorry that I can't seem to talk right today. So yeah, that's extremely useful, an extremely useful non-combat spell. Then we have Mind Wave, which I hardly ever used. It's basically a Nova spell again, all around my character, dealing, well, D78, so 1 to 78 damage. I suppose it could be useful, but I don't really use that much. Typically I want to avoid standing right in the middle of enemies. Then we have Adrenaline Channeling, which is extremely good. It buffs me with speed, heroism, heals me for a little bit, and lasts for a decent amount of time. So that's really good. And Telekinesis does, as the name implies, according to its description, it grabs an object and pulls it closer to me with a max weight, which seems pretty generous, honestly. Max weight 390, that's pretty heavy. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what situation that would be particularly useful in. I mean, I suppose if I see some kind of useful item in the middle of a bunch of enemies, I could grab that, like, I don't know, a wand or a scroll or a potion that might help me in combat. So I could grab that and use it without having to fight through those enemies first. I don't know, maybe there are more uses. Maybe you can actually use it to pull heavy objects and crush enemies with them, or maybe you can even grab enemies. I will definitely have to check that out. But for now, it still has a pretty hefty 21% failure chance, and it's very expensive. So I'm gonna be careful with that. Anyway, so that's my spells. My equipment I've already briefly shown. I found this sickle, the pattern weapon, whatever that means, which is not only pretty decently enchanted with plus damage, even though the base damage is not that amazing. But I'm not really a fighter primarily, so I hardly ever use it to actually kill things. But it's not terrible as a weapon, but it does provide a bunch of different bonuses. And I found this very early on in the very first dungeon. I guess I got really lucky with that one. Also because it's a very lightweight weapon, and my character started out so weak with, I think, 7 or 8 strength, so that she was hardly able to wield anything heavier than a short sword. So yeah, that was an extremely lucky find. Other than that, the shield isn't anything special. The sling is just normal. I have 2 pretty good resistance and armor rings. Unfortunately, they both only give me ice resistance. I wish I had one that gives me, a good amount of armor plus some elemental resistance or resistances. But, I'll take it. Then I very recently, on the previous quest that I did, found this Dragon's Claw amulet. Actually, the first amulet I ever found. And it was one of +4 to wisdom, which turns out to be extremely helpful. Then we have a brass lantern of Immortal Eye, which unfortunately does still consume fuel. I thought Immortal Eye was supposed to be ever burning, basically, but it does reveal invisible creatures that step into my light radius, which is also useful, although I can detect them with my spell, but still. Then we have a pretty good armor with lightning resist, Why not? The cloak is nothing special, the cap is nothing special, the gauntlets are... it says, Magic Mastery. I was pretty excited when I found them, thinking that they might actually help me with my spellcasting, but I looked it up, or rather I had them fully identified for a lot of money, only to learn that they actually only help with using magic devices, so reducing the chances of fizzling those, basically. But I was already excellent at using them, and they're still pretty protective, so I'll take it. And then finally some metal boots, which not that great either. So I definitely have a lot of potential for better equipment. With better magical effects, but as far as armor goes, I feel pretty well protected, and I have some very nice things. So, yeah, I guess with that, I'm just going to go into this quest here. I mean, I could have recorded this from the get-go, but I wasn't sure this was gonna go anywhere, and even when it started, picking up some momentum, I figured I'd just keep playing this for my own sake, but now it just seems to keep going. And this previous quest, I wish I had recorded that. That was actually super fun, and I hope this next one is going to be similar. So we'll see. Maybe it's going to be kind of boring, or maybe I'm going to even die. It's very possible for sure. But yeah, let's enter this quest level. A typical quest level. Well, such as it is. First thing, I do this, revealing the entire small map. And yeah, so I sense monsters, I sense doors, and I become telepathic. And now, while everything remains revealed, I'm going to take a look at what there is. A death sword. Oh yeah, right. So the quest is called Tengu and Death Swords. So that is to be expected. I have already killed a bunch of Tengus. Killed at least 2 of these creatures. Yeah, I want to say at least 2. I thought it was quite a bit more. But it doesn't count enemies that you kill while you don't directly see them. And I often kill enemies that are outside of my vision range because I can, sense where they are. Or I know where they were a turn ago or so, and then I'll just target that location and often kill them off screen, basically. And so the game doesn't... the game basically only tells me that something died, but, it doesn't count it towards the total. Anyway, Death Swords, I have no idea how bad these are going to be, but hopefully they'll be just as susceptible to my telepathic blast as everything else. And then we have gelatinous cubes, which are actually terrifying. These things have a ton of health. They are really, really nasty enemies. Let's see what it says down there. Oh yeah, actually, I hope my mouse cursor is visible, so just in case there's anything unclear, this is obviously the main game window. This is an overview of the dungeon, just to give me a basic idea of where I am on a normal dungeon level. In this case, obviously, everything fits in one screen. Here we have a character overview with a bunch of different stats. That should be mostly self-explanatory. Don't pay attention to the playtime. I have had this this game running for several days now, and it just, keeps counting the time up. Yeah, this is the monster recall, so the most recently targeted or otherwise interacted with creature is going to be displayed here, including any and all info I have already learned about it. This is my inventory list, this is my equipment list, and this is the combat log or event log. So right here it says it's worth 45, kind of tiny on my screen, 45.71 points of experience. Which is a decent amount, not amazing, but enemies that give around that kind of experience are typically still somewhat challenging. Cold-blooded, not detected by telepathy. Touch to shoot acid. Yeah, acid. That's why it's so nasty. So. Acid can destroy my equipment or items I'm carrying, so that sucks a lot. I hope that I can kill this one quickly. Let's see how much damage I deal to it. Or, it doesn't matter. I can start with that one. It's dazed. Also, it's now no longer visible because it's not detected by telepathy. The swords, interestingly, the swords and the Tengu both are. I mean, Tengu are just demonic creatures, right? Fast-moving demon, yeah. The swords, I have no idea. A bloodthirsty blade lurking for prey. Doesn't sound like a sentient creature necessarily, more like some animated object, but maybe they are just creatures, I don't know. Anyway, I no longer see the cube, which is a little bit of a problem. I could target its probable location. Or I could detect again. Oh, it hasn't actually moved. Interesting. You know what I should also maybe do? Speed myself up so I can act faster than them. But for now, I'm gonna do this. Okay, so unfortunately, I only damaged it for around 10% of its health, as you can see, judging by this rough health bar here. So it's only missing 1 out of 10 markers. I'm gonna do it again. Oh, it disappeared. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to, first and foremost, do the adrenaline rush, speeding me up. Oh, I teleported it into the main room. That's actually super useful, and it's opposite the entrance doors. That's cool. The other cube has started moving toward me. Okay, it's dazed. I'm gonna keep doing like this. Oh, I didn't hit it? Oh, that's bad. Okay, I think I'll have to... Oh, yeah. Wait, did I miss it, actually? I thought the explosion radius would get it. Somewhat wounded. It disappeared also. Wow, okay. Yeah, I teleported it a little bit up the corridor. Well. Interesting. If I move over this way... The Tengu woke up. Oh, they're all asleep, I guess? Interesting. So the cube in the middle is wandering. The one to the upper right has started moving toward me, and the one in the corridor to the left that I teleported away maybe he lost track of where I am and is not coming after me? Interesting. Well, either way, I'm gonna start shooting that one, I suppose. And I guess I'll keep doing this. Flinches. Yeah, they have a ton of hit points. Of course, there's also quite a bit of variability to the damage I deal. This should kill it? Yeah, okay. No, it died. The other one is still not moving. The Tengu that woke up and the gelatinous cube are moving toward the door. I think Tengu should probably be able to open doors. Oh, maybe not. It seems to be confused. Only walking back and forth. And that slime to the cube to the left, still not moving. gonna cautiously walk toward it. Oh, the Tango actually came out. Okay, never mind. Another Tango woke up. Oh boy. Oh, hey, Tango blinks directly next to me. That's okay. Huh, Tango snarls feebly. It's one single shot almost killed it. So Tango are significantly weaker. The cubes really are some of the creatures that take by far the most of my spells to kill. They're just either they're extremely resistant to my damage or they're extremely tanky. Well, I'm gonna sit here and regenerate spell points as much as I can. Weird that Tango that I displaced seemed to be confused about how to get back to me. Interesting. I mean, I can try to just rest here. More Tango woke up. Oh boy. Okay. It tries to cast a spell. Oh yeah, there's one Tango. But I have actually managed to regain a good amount of spell points. Since this one is almost dead... Oh wait, it's not. That's a different one. Never mind then. I was going to cast my cheap spell to finish it off, but instead I'm going to do this. Oh. Right, Tango can do that. They can teleport me next to them. I mean, I'm not sure that's really in its best interest, because I just killed it. Tango disappears. Oh, the other one disappeared. Interesting. Tango collapses a mindless husk, so that happens when you kill something with Neural Blast. Because that's strictly a mental attack, which is why it doesn't work on some mindless creatures, or any mindless creature. But Pulverize is just a telepathic attack. That just attacks with physical force. So that works on pretty much everything so far. Tango is no longer stunned. But they're also very hesitant to move out of their room for some reason. Huh. I guess I'm gonna try and rest again? Okay, I'm fully rested. The cube that was trapped inside is slowly moving out of the room, apparently. I still kind of want to take out the one on the left. If that ever starts to move toward me, I might be in trouble. Or I could start making my way up to the north and try and take out the Tengu as they come out of the room. I would prefer for them to come to me, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. They're just walking back and forth. I'm gonna try and get this second cube here. Oh, now it's moving. Crap. Okay. Good thing I checked, or else I would have almost run directly into it. And also, of course, now the Tengus are actually leaving the room. This could get a little bit dicey here. Oh boy. Okay. Cube disappears again. Oh no. Oh no, I teleported it behind me. Okay. Thanks, Tango, actually. That was helpful. Thank you. Uh-huh. Tango is destroyed. Tango is destroyed. The cube flinched because, yep, it's definitely over there. Actually, these Tango are helping me more than they probably know. It's kind of funny. All right. Tango is dead. The jelly is over there. Oh. Tango blinks away, tries to cast a spell but fails. Okay. More dazed, but still not destroyed. Okay, the Tango hit me, but I mean, I'm not very worried about the Tango killing me. I guess I teleported that one inside, yeah. And that one up there is currently unhurt. There's also still the other gelatinous cube north of me, right? Well, let's see how much damage I can deal with just my Neural Blast. Okay. Pretty decent considering it's only one spell point. Okay, this is a bit of a problem. This other cube has started coming this way, so I'm gonna target it. And I destroyed the Tango that was next to it, thanks to the explosion radius. I'm surprised that none of the blades have actually started to join the fight. I don't know if they're also asleep and just haven't woken up yet, or if they can't move. Some enemies just don't chase down intruders, it says. Okay, I'm gonna speed myself up. Which means it should mean that I can outrun the cube. Hey there, cube. Please tell me, okay, it's almost dead. I'm gonna bank on finishing it off in one blow. I did. Right, and they do drop a bunch of things, mostly money when you kill them. Alright, I retreated all the way to the corner. Alright, there are still 2 of them. But, oh no, they're both only slightly damaged. I don't want to keep casting telepathy, or not telepathy, precognition every single time before I cast, because it does take some time, right? Probably not a lot, but I should be able to hit the thing if I target the square, right? Yep. Even though I don't see it. Flinches again. I wonder if it has moved one space closer by now. Yes. It flinches. If it flinches, it still isn't dead. There's a tango all the way back there. Flinches again. Wow. Please kill it. Actually running out of spell points here. Okay. One of them died. I'm down to 18. It flinches? Heroism wore off. Oh boy. I could cast that again and start running. I do have my ranged weapon. I definitely don't want to kill the thing or fight the thing in melee range. Oh boy. I also have potions of speed, which I could use. I have been saving them. I wonder if this would be a good situation to use them. Something I would really like to have is some kind of way to refill my spell points. I have not found anything that does that yet. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna drink this potion of speed just to preserve my last couple of spell points. Tango is no longer stunned. Why was it stunned? Oh, I guess stunned doesn't mean that it can't move at all. It just means that it's slowed down somehow. Okay, that killed it. Right. How damaged is that cube? Not damaged enough. Somewhat wounded, it says. What is this actually? Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. Oh, of course, from killing a gelatinous cube. Another rod of lightning bolts. Huh. Ring of weakness. I mean, do I even need that? Obviously, it cannot be good, right? Even if it's not cursed, but it probably is. I can probably safely destroy it. A pink potion that I don't know. And a light brown potion that I don't know. Interesting. So much stuff. A book that's probably not worth my time or my inventory space. The slime is not moving. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try and rest here. Huh. That worked. Okay, so I didn't need to use that speed potion, I guess. Although it might have helped getting away from that slime cube fast enough for it to not chase me. I definitely want to finish it off now, though. Still not moving. Now it's moving. Okay, wow, it's actually fast. Holy crap. Still, it should be far enough away for me to finish it off, right? Last time it was here. Gonna target the closer square here. I don't know how fast it's moving toward me. Can I target the same space again? Hit again. Now I'm gonna target one closer. Hitting it. Oh, that didn't hit it. Uh-oh. Okay, I have to... It's right there. But it's also almost dead. Oh no, it hit me. I mean, it attacked me. It misses me once, misses me twice, misses me 3 times. Please kill it. Okay. Alright, that's a huge weight off my chest. Of course, I don't know how bad those swords are. The death swords. I mean, that sounds pretty intimidating, but we'll see how hard they are to kill, I guess. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna do some looting here, just in case there is something useful. Trap location, not useful. Speckled potion of Cure Series wounds. I guess I'll take that. Set of gauntlets. Well, I can actually just do this. Identify, well, I can start with the things I already picked up. Potion of ugliness, sweet. Potion of apple juice, awesome. So I can just destroy those because they're useless. I mean, I'm pretty sure that apple juice does not have a use. Normally the game doesn't ask for confirmation on items that are known to be useless. Well, the ugliness must be useless. Yeah, see there, the game just outright destroys it for me. I guess I'm gonna drink the apple juice. You feel less thirsty. Not that thirst is a thing in this game. Hunger is, but thirst is not. What else did I pick up? Right, a second rod of lightning bolts. I mean, I guess that's useful to have, maybe. I've been keeping that around, but I don't think I've ever actually used it. I don't know how fast it recharges. But I guess it's an additional attack when I'm, you know, out of mana. Or if something should be immune to my attacks, which, you know, I hope is never going to be the case. This is a white mushroom. Mushroom of disease. Yum. Let's destroy that. It's a... Yes. It's not, I mean, it's not cure disease, it's disease, so I'm assuming that it's going to make me sick if I eat it. Saber. Book. Right, the gauntlets. So I can just identify something on the ground. It's just gauntlets +2. Not very good. Right. More money. Lots of it. Wow, a lot of money actually. Holy crap. Calcite Ring of Light and Darkness Resistance. I've already had one of these and I'm assuming... Yeah, it was exactly the same. I think I still have it in my stash back in town, so I'm not going to pick up a second one. Unless I end up with free backspace at the end of this. I'm going to identify that one. Weakness and Aggravate, -1, Cursed, awesome. Yeah, so that's a really bad ring, needless to say. I'm going to rest. The swords are just not going to come, are they? I'm super suspicious about that. That seems a little bit too easy. I'm gonna buff myself just in case, and I should be able to maybe get one of them like this. Can I not? Well, if I target that square there, it should explode and hit the death sword, right? I mean, I have to do it eventually, so I might as well. Death Sword is destroyed with a single cast. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna play it super safe and walk around to the other side of the room, so I can kill the other one in the top right in the same way. Was it from here? Yes. Oh, it's dazed. Okay, so it's not a guaranteed kill, but at least it's within the range of the damage I can deal. How fast is it? Is it even... It's not coming after me at all. I hit it. It might even have seen me, but it's not coming after me. And it's halfway dead. Okay. So I guess that was just a very good damage roll the first time around, or maybe a bad one the second time. Huh. Death Sword is destroyed. What does it say here? Bloodthirsty blade, looking for prey, beware, normally found in depth of 400 feet. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen one. Moves very quickly, but does not deign to chase intruders. What? So it doesn't normally move at all, but when it does, it's very quick. It also is not worth a lot of experience at all. So I guess it's actually not a very dangerous enemy. Huh. Well then, in that case, I guess I'll just kill them one by one, and this should be it. Easy quest. I guess the real difficulty here was neither the Tengu nor the swords. Least of all the swords, but mostly just the gelatinous cubes, which aren't even in the quest title. Well, GG. Quest completed. We'll see if I get a good reward. Oh, Basilar. Oh, okay. All of them actually drop a weapon. Interesting. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if many of them were cursed. And they were also guarding a necklace of some sort, an Azure Amulet. Azure Amulet of Anti-Teleportation. I don't know if that's... I wonder if I'm wearing that. I mean, it's not cursed, but if I'm wearing that, it's probably gonna prevent me from any kind of teleportation. Prevent me from blinking. I suppose if I happen to be cursed with something that automatically randomly teleports me, which is very, very bad if that happens, this would help against that. Okay, let's just take a look at these weapons. That doesn't compute. What do you think I tried to input, game? I was trying to press MH. I don't know. I guess I must have mispressed something. Let's see here. Short sword, -7, -4, cursed. Awesome, good start. Oh, I failed to concentrate. At a 2% chance. Okay, that's just an enchanted dagger, not that amazing. Actually, no, 1%. Wow. That was unlucky. Bastard sword, +6, +5. I mean, these are going to be worth a couple hundred gold. That's unenchanted. 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 I'm gonna rest. Unenchanted. Dagger of Slay Animal +4, +10. Wow, okay. It's gonna sell for a good amount. Another cursed one. An enchanted one. Another cursed one. Another enchanted one. And finally, another enchanted dagger. Okay, so nothing super exciting. I mean, the slay animal thing is gonna be worth a good amount. Let's see here. I guess I'm gonna pick up this. Auto-destroying these because they're just not worth anything. I'm surprised it doesn't auto-destroy cursed items. I suppose technically you could have a reason to maybe want to use certain cursed items. Also +5, +5. I mean, none of those is particularly exciting. I don't know how much more room I have. I guess I have a little bit more room. I'm going to pick up this, and dagger is not even going to be worth a lot. Right, this is a cursed aggravate ring. Definitely not something I want. Oh, I have never checked this out. Unenchanted, not very good, not very good. And this was another resistance ring, just in case I didn't actually save the one that I had. I guess I'm going to pick up the books. They might sell for a little bit. Maybe even the staff. Yeah, I mean, loot-wise this wasn't particularly exciting. I've definitely had much more interesting hauls of loot. But let's return to the quest giver, the Thieves Guild. You have done well. And we found a Jasper ring. Another unknown item. Alright, and I can also identify the staff. It has 9 charges. And the ring. Free action. Jasper ring of free action. I wonder what exactly that does. If it's just like protection from paralysis or something, or something better than that. You know what? I have a lot of money. I'm for the sake of learning, and I guess I could look it up online somewhere, but some items you find info on, others not so much, or at least maybe I don't know where to look. But these games aren't as well documented as you might think. So I'm going to research the Ring of Free Action, just so I know what exactly it does. Immunity to paralysis, oh my god. Okay, so it's really just that, and I'm pretty sure that my sword does that, among other things. So yeah, that's not useful to me, but I can sell it. Here, for example. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, depending on how you look at it, I set the option at the start of this game to not automatically haggle in stores, which means that I am now forced to manually haggle for every single thing that I sell or buy, which I guess technically allows me to make more money, but it is very tedious, and I've definitely come to regret that. I don't know if I want that amulet of anti-teleportation, if that could ever be useful. I guess I'm going to put it in my stash just in case. But the Ring of Free Action I don't think I'm going to need. The shop offers 210. I mean, this is going to be boring. If anything, I'm going to cut out all the buying and selling, I guess. But just to give an example, I guess, I'm going to see. It's probably not going to be worth this much. Oh, wow. I started with 1,000, and he actually offered me 606, which is more than I expected. So this must be worth more than I thought. Okay, I'm going to go down to 900. He's going to go up a little bit more. 700. Let's go with, see if we can push that price. Oh, right. 770. My God, typing is hard. 727. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Let's go with 736, and he's probably going to say okay. And now he's selling it for 2,700? Yeah. Okay. I guess I got a decent price for it after all. What's he actually selling? Charisma +1. I think that's still the same stuff as last time I checked. Whoops. What else do we have here? Curing, Serious Wounds, right. 2 books of Arcane Magic, Major Arcana. He sells those for 1,800, so I should be able to sell them for about a quarter of the selling price is usually the best I can get. So, but of course, if I say 450, for example, right away, he's not going to give me as much. So I'm going to have to start significantly higher and then just keep slowly going down as he is going up with his offers. It's just, I can make a decent amount of money, but it takes a while. It's definitely getting a little bit tedious. What else is there? I guess I can check for another quest from the Thieves Guild. That was the third one I did for them, I want to say. That's unfortunate. There is another NPC up here, Berserker's Hall, that have the option, but yeah, they didn't have a quest for me to begin with. So yeah, it seems like right now I don't have any more quests that I can do. I do have more quests, but they're all super high level, and I've learned early on to not try quests that are significantly above my own level, which because they tend to be extremely dangerous, extremely difficult. Anything level 40 or so, definitely out of my league. And unfortunately, that's all of my quests that I have. The other ones being the Oberon, Serpent of Chaos, and Rise and Fall of... No, actually, only the first two. They're the quests that you start the game with. The Rise and Fall of Microsoft is one that I got recently, and that's also near here. But yeah, that's level 50. Haunted Houses in the starting outpost, Cloning Pits as well. Wait. Oh yeah, actually, it just repeats here. So yeah, Haunted House and Cloning Pits are both in the starting town of Outpost. And they're 2 high level. Yeah, there you can see the Vapor Quest, Tango and Death Swords, and the Mimic Strider. They were all here in this town, and they were all very doable. I unfortunately botched 2 quests from the starting town by trying to do them. I was basically a little bit too confident in my remarkable abilities, but they were not quite remarkable enough. So I had to give up on them. Thankfully, I didn't die. Actually, I think the Old Man Willow quest that I attempted at level 12 almost killed me. So yeah, that one was pretty rough. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna I don't know, I could call it an episode here because I'm really not sure what to do next. I kind of want to check out the next town and see if they have quests for me that might be doable. Or if not that, then I could try and jump into some random dungeon somewhere. Like, I mean, cave filled with restricting magical fields sounds kind of bad, honestly. Entrance into the Glass Castle sounds cool. It's level 30. I don't know how well I would do at level 26. I could go into the main dungeon, the dungeon of Hengband. Not sure if that's really worth it though. I could go to the level 15 forest. It's not that far away and it's relatively low level. I wonder what's at the bottom of it. I mean, it starts out at level 15. Like for example, the Orc Cave went all the way to level 20 something. 21 or so, I want to say. Maybe not. Well, definitely around 20. And there it had the Orc King. So that was definitely not easy. Frightening entrance to the labyrinth. Likewise, this is not that far away and might be something I can actually get to the bottom of and kill the boss. Not sure that if that in itself does anything in particular for me. I mean, there is a special message when you have slain the boss of a dungeon. But I don't know if that unlocks anything for me, basically. But, you know, if nothing else, it's hopefully going to be fun to do. There we have a way leading to the mountain, which is exactly my level. And it's near this other outpost. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. I would like to get there because once you've been to a town, you can teleport between towns. Basically, yeah, you can teleport between towns that you have been to. So that's a good reason to go there at least once and, you know, also check if they have any level 25 quests maybe. Or maybe a level 30 quest that I could tentatively attempt. Camino's Den. Castle level 20. I mean, there are definitely dungeons of a variety of levels strewn across the world. I mean, very few of them actually. Yeah, really only the Lost Land of Numenor might be the highest level one. No, actually, really, with level 80 is definitely the highest level one. But, you know, other than that, they're middle-level dungeons strewn pretty much across the entire world. So it certainly seems like it's viable to just travel pretty long distances and not stick to, you know, the beginning area for the early stages of the game. In fact, the closest dungeon beside the very low-level starting dungeon is this one here that's surrounded by lava somehow. Not entirely sure how you even get there. Or if you can just travel across lava? Deep lava? Probably not, right? Also, this sounds just extremely unpleasant. But yeah, there are definitely lots of viable options. Maybe the forest being level 15 might be a decent starting point. Or maybe I should make a run for Telmora and look for quests. Well, first I'm going to have to empty my pockets. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I guess I'm going to call it an episode here and maybe continue the travels of Clara, the female Mindflayer, Mindcrafter, in another episode. I mean, I was really just going to see if, you know, see how it felt to record another roguelike video after a long pause. And it feels good. I mean, it feels good to be back playing this. I kind of missed it. I really just hope that I can somehow find my way back into Hengband and finally finish that run. That's been haunting me for such a long time. That's going to be a nice closure when I can finally put a lid on that one. But you know, the thing is, I want to do it justice, and I feel like if I would just jump into the game, basically having forgotten all the finer details at this point, I wouldn't do it justice because I would probably end up dying very quickly and very stupidly. I mean, that's a constant danger in ADoM, honestly, but even more so when you haven't played for almost a year. So, yeah, I'll have to ease my way into that one, I think, so I can at least die honorably, because I definitely can't win. Anyway, enough about ADoM, I guess. I suppose I'm going to continue this one, because why not, you know? I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing that I skipped the earlier stages of the game, even though there was no shortage of exciting situations. You know, if you find this kind of situations in this kind of game exciting at all. But yeah, I mean, it's what it is. I didn't plan to make a let's play out of this particular playthrough, but you know, it became one. So let's see how far we can take this one. As always, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye bye.